Hey guys, welcome back to Almost Every Monday. I'm Katie.
And I'm Madison.
And we're here to catch you up on what you missed this week.
Yeah.
Madison, start us off. What'd you do this week?
This week felt pretty typical, I think, moving forward, with my new job. We had Monday off for the holiday, and then I had, Tuesday off, and Friday.
No. Yes, because it was supposed to be Wednesday, Friday, and then Tuesday, Friday. Oh, yeah, we had a late start on Tuesday at work, and that was honestly really nice.
Yeah, so this week was kind of the first week that it got really cold here.
Yes, like very cold.
Like freezing.
Like on Saturday, I went on a run, and it was 14 degrees outside.
Yeah. And then I worked this weekend while it was quite literally freezing all day long.
Oh, yeah.
And like fingers numb, kind of cold, using hot hands and like 6 layers deep.
I bet you wish you had your electrical hot hands this weekend.
I did. I've been considering buying rechargeable hand warmers for work. Mostly.
I really
don't think I would need them outside of work.
Just knowing you and having lived with you, you just get so cold.
I know. But now I'm like, I don't know.
Maybe if like we see, like, because like the weather app, you can see like 10 days out. Yeah. So maybe if you see that it's going to be like consistently in the 30s again for a couple days, you could like order them on Amazon. Because this week it's supposed to be like the high of 60, low of 40.
Yeah,
like it's so much warmer.
Yeah. But yeah, so like this week it was the first time I got super cold here, which like I feel like just adds a little bit of stress because of last year at camp. Like a bunch of the pipes burst
in
two
different buildings, but one of the buildings.
Yeah, 3.
What was the third? Eagle Branch.
Yeah, the.
Oh.
That one was little, but.
3.
Yeah, and so like it was just like, I mean, not so much on us, but like there was just like stress.
It's just
around
like,
camp.
Yeah, like you just feel a little more stressed because you're like, if the pipes burst again, that's gonna be a nightmare.
For like, but like not even on me specifically. It's just like I just know that that's adding a lot onto other people's plates, and that makes me
and I feel like when one thing happens at work in one person's department, like we all feel it because we all like care about each other, and like we all try and help out where we can in other people's departments. So it's like and so I think like us seeing these freezing temps like coming in, everybody was like kind of on edge.
Yeah, it's like, okay, we're gonna make sure we're turning on heaters and opening up closets where pipes are and like dripping all the faucets on camp, which is like hundreds of faucets. Oh yeah,
so many faucets.
But I mean, nothing crazy that I know of happened this week, which is good.
I saw somebody say that a couple of them froze, but if you catch them quick enough, like our pipes froze last night, and we caught it quick enough when we woke up, so we like put a heating pad around it and a hair blow dryer on it, and it came back on like within like an hour or so. I just saw somebody say a couple of them froze, but earlier in the week, our boss, he like came in and he was like, I was just so worried last night, and so I texted Madison's boss and was like, can you turn the office heat up to like 68 or something? Like, he was freaking out a little, which I totally understand because last year when three buildings pipes burst, it was horrible. Like the office was unusable. So because we had to get all new floors. It was horrible actually. Yeah,
it was a lot. So that added a little extra spice to the week, if you will. And then. So Monday everybody had off, or I think everybody, except for like 2 or 3 people maybe.
Well, actually, I think everybody because that group left early.
Oh yes.
We were supposed to have a group leave that day, but then there was a snowstorm where they were from, so they left early on Sunday.
Yeah. So then everybody had Monday off, and a bunch of the girls went and saw Mean Girls.
Yes, we'll get into our review.
And then on Wednesday, it was my roommate's birthday, and so we threw her a little party at our house, which was really fun.
It was fun, yeah.
It's really fun, like, having a space that you're able to host in. I kind of forgot what that was like living at camp, because you can't really host in the house that we lived in.
Well, and you guys just live in, like, the perfect place too.
Yeah.
Like you guys don't live like far back in a neighborhood or like we're like
it's literally right off of the highway.
Yeah, we live like a little farther away from camp than Madison does, but like you live like right next to like you just live like in such a good spot too.
Yeah, and it's just like fun to kind of step back and like see everyone just like talking and laughing and playing with the kids and like all that. I don't know, it's just fun to have a house that we're able to do that in. And so yeah, that was really fun. We got her a karaoke machine for her birthday. A few of us pitched in to get her because she loves karaoke. And like she's the one that really pushes for us all to go to karaoke nights at different places around town. And so she like freaked out when she saw it. And it has like a little like disco ball light thing on the top and everything.
Like the party rocker.
I forgot you left before we brought it out.
I did,
yeah. Yes, it's exactly like the party rocker, just a little bit smaller and more portable. Like it has wheels and like a handle. So hilarious and so funny. And then like the kids were like singing into it and like so
I bet the
funny.
kids were so
It was
crazy
hilarious. So that was Wednesday, and then I had off on Friday and literally did nothing. I think I started watching Succession this week.
Oh, what is it about? I don't know what it's about.
Yeah. So I was intrigued because of all the hype it's gotten at the award shows.
Right.
And I hadn't really heard of it before now. I mean, like, I'd heard of it or, like, seen, like, people doing interviews with the cast. But it's basically, like, this family business where there's, like, 4 kids of the dad who's, like, running it. But, like, he's really old. And so it's, like, which kid's gonna take over? Is the dad retiring? Is he not? Like,
What's the business?
It's like, I think it's...
Or does it not really matter?
I don't understand, like, business
Yeah, I mean...
talk. I think it's, like...
I don't either.
It has, like, different sectors to it. So, like, the main, like, the oldest... I'm guessing he's the oldest brother? I don't actually know. I've watched, like, 4 episodes. 6 episodes.
Is it all brothers?
No, there's one sister.
There's always one.
And so, like, there's one of the brothers. I think he's the oldest. Don't really know. He's, like, but he's, like, really high up in the company. And so when the dad gets, like, into the hospital and, like, ill, then he, like, starts to take over. But then the dad, like, recovers, quote unquote, and, like, doesn't say that he's retiring. And so it's, like...
Tension.
Yeah. And then, like, the daughter gets engaged while the dad's in the hospital, and it's like she's into politics in DC, but she's like, okay, now we're gonna live in New York to be closer to family because of this health scare and da-da-da.
I can imagine getting engaged while my parent is in the hospital.
Yeah, the scene was actually kind of funny because, like, the husband's really, like, just, like, awkward and, like, it's just, like, very introverted compared to, like, her family, who's all, like, very
like
intense.
Sugar's husband in The Bear. Pete, remember him?
Yes.
He's a little outgoing.
I don't really remember.
He's pretty awkward, and, like, Richie hates him.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, that's the vibe. And so he's, like, they're at the hospital, and she's, like, at the vending machine or something, like, getting a bunch of food. And he is like, Shiv, we have to talk. And she's like, what? And he, like, kneels and is like...
In the hospital?
Yeah. And she's like, what? Like, what do you do? And he's like, I just know that this is a really hard time, and I just really wanted to make it a little bit better. And, like, she's like... What? Like, why are you here? Like, why now? Like,
now I'm gonna watch it. I don't even know if I'm gonna like it, but I'm gonna watch it.
He's just like, I just thought, like, this would make you feel better. And, like, she's like, my dad is dying in the hospital. Like, what? And he's like, I'm so sorry. Like, I just thought, like, this might help.
LOL.
And, like, so sweet, but just, like, he totally read the situation wrong.
Yeah.
And then, like, they're, like, walking back to the hospital room or wherever, and she's like, just for the record, like, I would say yes if you asked me somewhere else. Like, I want to marry you. And he was like, really? Like, it was
Did he have a ring, or was it one of those, like, no ring situations?
Now I don't remember.
It's fine. I'll watch it.
I think yes. I'm pretty sure yes.
Maybe we'll watch that after we watch The Bear. Although Jackson and I like
it's intense.
Jackson and I like to have a show that we like are watching together. So like we watched Only Murders in the Building. Mm-hmm. Right now we're watching The Bear. I want to watch Traitor. Have you heard of that? Parvati.
The like game show. Yeah.
I want to watch that. Our friends watched it and they said it was pretty funny. But this is like the second season apparently. The pilot Pete's on it.
Oh.
But apparently he doesn't really do much.
Yeah, I mean,
but
sense.
I kind of want to watch that, and then also I think that Jackson would like The White Lotus. So, and the season 3 is coming out, and I was like, maybe we'll rewatch the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
He doesn't really need to have watched a 3rd season, especially because, spoiler alert, if you have not watched The White Lotus and you're planning on, especially because like Jennifer Coolidge, her character died, so it's like she's not even. I mean, there might be a carryover from the 2nd season. I guess we don't know yet, but
was there carryover from the first?
Jennifer Coolidge. She was in the 1st and 2nd season. Remember, she like met her husband on the 1st season, and then they got married, and then he was being sketchy on the 2nd season.
I'm trying to remember the 1st season. I don't remember that like at all.
The 1st season, they were in Hawaii.
Who else was in the cast?
Sydney Sweeney.
Oh, yes.
And some other folks. Alexandra Daddario. She was in it.
I'm not remembering
with
literally
her
any of these
horrible
plot
husband.
lines.
Do you remember the 2nd season?
Yes.
Okay, the one in Italy.
Yeah. No, I remember that like very clearly.
The next one is in Thailand.
Oh,
I'm very intrigued.
Interesting.
Anyway, so maybe we'll add. I need to keep a list of all these things because then in a week I'm gonna be like, I have nothing to watch.
Yeah.
Anyway, is that all for your week?
That was a really long tangent. I feel like I don't even. I do want to say that today I got the Wordle in 2 guesses.
I haven't done the Wordle or the Connection today, or the Mini.
So, shout out to Nina because we talk about it every day.
The Wordle.
Yeah, and Connections and the Mini.
LOL.
And so now we just shared leaderboard, whatever. So like now like we can just see each other's results.
You can do that?
Yeah, apparently.
Dang.
I don't know.
I'm better at doing Connections and the Wordle and stuff when I am at work because I'll do it right after lunch to like wake myself up a little, like get back into the computer mode. Yeah. But
I've been like attempting to do them like right when I wake up, which isn't good for performance because I'm half asleep.
But it's better. It's good to like wake you up.
Yeah, instead of just like going straight to TikTok.
I've been trying to do them before bed, like on like weekends because it avoids me just scrolling on TikTok. Which there's a new term called doom scrolling. Have you heard of this term?
Yeah.
I don't really get like what I get what it means, but like is all scrolling doom scrolling?
No.
Is it only doom scrolling if it causes you to like scroll for like an hour?
Yeah.
That's what that means?
It's like when you're scrolling and not doing anything else.
Or does it mean like you're scrolling and like you're comparing yourself to everybody that's on there? Or is it a combination of all of these things?
Yeah, I think like just a combination of like, I think mostly it's like when you're just scrolling for like however long.
And it's just like that's your plan.
Yeah, like there's no end in sight kind of thing. So it's like, especially like before bed.
Yeah, that's the only
it's
time
like you're like,
I
I'm in bed so early.
Yeah.
I'll like just look at my phone for a little bit. Yeah, and then you're like, oh.
And you're like, wow, I'm only getting 5 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I think that one night, this is another tangent before I get to my week. I'm doing this thing where I don't go on social media 1 day a week, 1 week a month, and 1 month out of the year. I started the 3rd week in January, so don't come for me. I didn't do it for the first 2 weeks because I just didn't even think about it. Then I remembered about it, about the concept, and I decided to do it. And so when I'm not scrolling or I'm not getting on social media on Mondays. And because it was just like the easiest thing for me to remember. And so last Monday, instead of scrolling before bed, I read before bed, and I was like, maybe I'll start doing this a few nights a week because then I get so much reading done. Especially I'm really trying to finish the book I'm reading right now. Anyway, this week I went to go see Mean Girls. we'll get into our review after this. And my brother went back to school on Tuesday, but
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's so late.
Yeah, Tuesday's when they started classes.
Yeah.
Granted, he probably would have gone back Monday, but he had to get a new license, so.
Yeah.
And Monday was Martin Luther King Jr. Day, so he couldn't go Monday, so whatever. And he goes to school out of state, so whatever. So we are from North Carolina. He goes to school in Mississippi, so it's like a 10-hour drive. And he's never driven that long by himself. And so,
That's fair.
yeah. And also it was snowing in Mississippi. And so he texted me when he left, and I kind of knew that this was going to be the vibe, but he texted me when he left, and he was like, hey, like, I'm going to, because normally to go to school, he goes through Tennessee, but Tennessee had gotten a ton of snow, so he was going to come through Atlanta, which takes him a little longer, but you know, it's better than not getting there. And so he texted me, he was like, hey, I'm going to call my friends when I'm like an hour outside of Atlanta. And then I'm going to see how the roads are. And if they're bad, I'm probably going to stop and stay the night with you guys. And I was like, that's totally fine. Whatever. Just keep me updated. An hour later, he texts me, I'm going to stop no matter what because I cannot drive 10 hours. And I was like, I get that. I think my max of driving alone is probably like 8. And that it would have to be a good window because I can't drive when it gets dark outside. Then I fall asleep.
Yeah.
So it'd have to be a really good window of like
starting early,
7 or 8 a.m.
Yeah.
To like whatever 8 hours later is. And even then, that's like a gamble. Like guaranteed I can drive 7 hours. 8 feels like a stretch.
It's like 6 to get to my parents' house. So I'm used to that. And like mentally in my head, I'm like, yeah, it's long. But then when I'm actually driving, I'm like, I don't know. It's like not long. So I like won't stop for food or like I don't stop.
You don't stop?
No.
You don't need gas? Mm-mm. Yeah, I don't really know if I would need gas.
It takes like half a tank.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm thinking right now.
It's like a little over 200 miles.
Similar cars. Yeah, I don't know. I have to stop because eating helps me stay awake.
Yeah.
I'll
usually just like bring a snack. You know I got snacks on me.
Yeah, you keep snacks on you. I'm not as good at that. I have to drive to Panama City Beach.
PCB?
Yeah, PCB in April because I'm going to a bachelorette trip. And I'm a little worried. I think it's like because I think that I'm going to drive Thursday after work. So I'm going to be going from work, which is like farther than if I went from my house here. Because it's, oh my gosh. Wait, maybe it's closer than I thought it was.
I don't even know
it's where. It's 5 hours and 12 minutes from where we are right now. And we're like 40 minutes from camp. So I'm like, oh, well, I thought that it was like 6.5 hours from here. And then it was going to be like 7 hours from camp. But, it's only 5 hours and 43 minutes. Never mind. I'm not worried at all anymore. Crisis averted. Like, I was kind of getting worried because I really don't want to take Thursday off too. Yeah. I was like, I just didn't want to take Thursday off too. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll just drive after work. And I was like, I'm like already prepping myself for that because I don't drive well at night. But it'll only be nighttime for like an hour or two.
When are you leaving work?
4:30. So if I get there, what's 10:30. I'll probably get there at like 10:30.
Yeah. At least if you don't stop.
Yeah. So then I guess that's like 2.5 hours of darkness, depending on when the sun sets. But I can do it. I'm gonna get a couple Celsiuses, and I'm just gonna keep going. Anyway.
Yeah.
So more of the story is my brother came and stayed with us for 2 days, which was like fun to see him because I hadn't seen him since Christmas, and I won't see him again till Easter. And I only went home for like 3 days for Christmas. And so that was really fun. But I did have to he ended up staying for 2 nights. And one of those nights was the night of Madison's roommate's birthday party. So I could only go to Madison's birthday party for like a little bit because I felt bad just leaving my brother and Jackson stranded here. Not stranded, but like, I don't know. And we went school supply shopping with him. He's taking art appreciation.
And that's so fun.
And so he tried to did you take art appreciation?
No.
Okay.
I wish I was able to do more of that.
It's like, well, art appreciation, it's like art history. So
well, I mean, just like random things.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Oh, yeah, because you were education.
Everything was
so
very from
yeah.
day one.
Yeah. So Jackson and I both took art appreciation. I actually took it in high school, I think. And then I don't know when Jackson took it. But so my brother is getting plain copy paper. And I was like, what do you need that for? And he was like, for art appreciation. Like she said, to make sure we have paper and a pencil. And I was like, okay, so art appreciation is art history. So you're not going to draw anything. So I think you should get a notebook. And he was like, what? Like he had no idea. He thought he was taking a drawing class, but
that's fair. I would have thought that too, probably.
Yeah. I don't know why they don't just call it art history, because that's what it is. Mm-hmm. I took art appreciation and music appreciation because I had to, and they're both just history classes.
Interesting.
And I'm like, I don't know. But so we did that, and then we didn't really do much the rest of the week. What did I do on Friday? Oh, Friday we went to Trader Joe's with a couple of our friends, and then I had frozen pizza for dinner with them. And then yesterday I went on a run, and it was a long run, and it was 15 degrees outside, and it was a little miserable. It was the first, I'm like, I don't know if dumb or fearless is the right word when it comes to the cold. I'll just I try not, when it's really cold outside, I don't think about altering my plans because of that. I was going to play pickleball yesterday.
No.
Exactly. All week we were planning on playing pickleball with Jackson's brother and his girlfriend. And then 3 days ago, Jackson was like, we can't play pickleball, Katie. The high is 25.
And it was so windy and
yeah. And I wasn't even trying to be hell-bent on it. I was just like, oh, well, we always play pickleball with them. Let's just play pickleball. And then Jackson was like, we're not playing pickleball. And I was like, yeah, you're probably right. So I had to go to the DDS in the morning.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
The who?
In Georgia, they don't have a DMV. They have a DDS. What? Isn't that weird? They don't have a DMV. It's called the DDS.
What?
Yes. So I had to go there to get a new license. That's a long story. It's not worth telling. But then I went on a run. And when I first started my run, I had this I don't know, a thermal layer-ish on. It's a really thin pullover that you would probably run in the fall. And then I had a hoodie on, and I had my puffer jacket on, and I had a beanie on. And I was I started my run, and I almost started crying. It was so cold. Because I needed something
yes,
over my face. My face was so cold. And I literally just I started thinking to myself, I was like, can I run 6 miles in this?
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, I don't know that my answer is yes. But then when I got to a different part of the trail where it was not in the shade, it was in the sun, and it was less windy, I was like, okay, I think I can do this. And I did. And I ended up taking off my puffer jacket too. I was going to keep it on, but I was sweating a lot. So I was so
that's wild.
That was that. But
I'm
then
impressed.
we had dinner with Jackson's brother and his girlfriend. And then today I slept till 10 today. Isn't that weird?
Oh, that's unheard of for you.
I went to bed at
Are you okay?
11. I don't know. I really wanted, because yesterday I had to get up at 6:30 in the morning to go to the DDS. Right. So today I just really wanted to not set an alarm, because I have to wake up super early during the week too. And I was just I just want to not set an alarm. So I went to bed, and I woke up naturally at 7:15 or something, and I was like, oh no, that's not going to do it. And I didn't know if I was going to be able to go back to sleep, but then I did. And then I woke up again, and it was 9:45, and I was like, oh my gosh. But it was nice. And then our pipes froze. So, but it's all good. Anyway, that's the recap.
Yeah.
It was a long-winded weekly recap, but
Whoopsies.
That's what we did.
All right. Mean Girls review.
Yes, we went to see it on Monday. A matinee.
Yes. I just want to say that I literally love our movie theater.
Yes, I love our movie theater.
And I think about it every single time I go.
Yep.
How much I love it. And how lucky we are to be in such a small town and have such a good theater.
Every time a new movie comes out, all I think about is that movie theater and how lucky it is, or how lucky we are and how amazing it is.
I guess you're in a little bit of a different boat just because like you have other theaters closer to you.
Not an acceptable
no, but
theater.
it's not like it's not good.
No,
but like
the
for
AMC,
me, like
that's the only one. Yeah. Well,
like
I mean,
we small town living.
Yeah.
But then we got like 15 minutes up the road is the best theater in town.
It's brand new.
Yeah.
I mean, brand new is probably a stretch, but I mean, like it's new. It had to be built in the past 5 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably 5 years ish,
yeah.
somewhere.
Here's the situation. It's probably 35 minutes from camp. I think. When we would go last year, I think it was like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
How far is it from you?
Like maybe 15.
15? Okay. It's 40 minutes from me. And I haven't gone to the Woodstock AMC. So maybe I should try that one out sometime. Yeah. However, I'm never ever going to because
ours is so
because
good.
The LJ one is literally perfect in every way.
Yeah.
Like, first off, the Canton AMC is the scum of the earth. It's a garbage movie theater.
I feel like it's like pretty typical for like the early 2000s.
Yeah,
I guess late 2000s.
It's an old movie theater. I'm pretty sure all of the theaters have like
it's like normal
old
seats. Yeah.
So that's already not
it's
good.
Like stadium.
Jackson
likes
likes
stadium seating. Is that what that's called?
I think Jackson likes it. Not the theater, those seats.
Seating?
He likes it. Jackson's the most nostalgic person I've ever met.
Okay.
So it is old and it has those seats and every time I've gone there, except when we saw the Taylor Swift movie, every time I've gone there except for then, the picture or the sound has cut out for at least like 5 seconds. Like Jackson and I went to go see Don't Worry Darling there, and then we watched it again in theater or at home a couple months later, and he was like, I didn't see that part. And I was like, that's the part that the movie cut out. So of course you didn't see it.
That's crazy.
And on top of all of that BS, it's the same price as the really nice AMC in Concord Mills in North Carolina. Like it's like $15 to see a movie.
Yeah,
like it's
expensive.
absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Now, our perfect, sweet, amazing, awesome Ella J Theater.
Beautiful, clean.
Is only $12 or $11 or $12 on like a normal day.
I never pay full price.
But yeah, I have never, ever paid full price there because they do half price Tuesdays. So we always go see movies on Tuesdays. And if it's a matinee, it's $8. So Tuesday, it's $6 movies. And then if you see a matinee at any point, it's $8. So... I just wait until Tuesday night or Saturday afternoon. We went Monday afternoon. And it has the really nice seats. It's brand new. They have like a full... You could get like...
There's like restaurant. There's a full bar.
Yeah,
like,
full bar. You can have like chicken tenders and fries, pizza, popcorn. And like it's... I would say after that, like the food and stuff is probably like normal movie theater price.
Yeah.
Maybe a little less expensive. But it's like normal price. But it's perfect. It's the best movie theater I've ever been to.
Anyway, so Mean Girls.
So if you ever find yourself in North Georgia and you're like, I really want to see a movie, make the drive to LJ. Yeah. It's the best one ever. Okay, Mean Girls. Mean Girls was... Going into it, I knew it was a musical.
Yes.
I knew it was the Broadway film adapted... the Broadway musical adapted to screen.
Yes.
I knew that. I had seen Eli Rallo, you know her? I love her. I had seen her review of it. She didn't really like it because she was saying like they tried to take the Broadway musical to screen and they also tried to update the original Mean Girls to like Gen Z, Gen Alpha, whatever, probably Gen Z. And so I went into it and I was like, okay. I kind of went into it like with like, I don't know, a jaded view of it, I guess. But I really liked it. Like I thought it was really cute. I loved Renee. Cute probably isn't the right word, but I just like genuinely enjoyed watching it. I loved Renee Rapp as Regina George. I thought she did a great job.
Oh yeah.
I loved the girl who played Janice. Who, first off, if I would have watched that movie and like had never have heard anything about it beforehand, I would have thought it was Vanessa Hudgens. Straight up, Kendall and I looked at each other in the middle of it, and I was like, she looks so much like Vanessa Hudgens.
I heard when y'all said that, and about 10 seconds prior to that, I said the same thing to Ashlyn. I was like, she really looks like Vanessa Hudgens here.
Like, if I had only watched High School Musical, and then I never did anything else in pop culture after that, and then I watched this movie, I'd be like, oh, Vanessa Hudgens was really good in that. Like, she looked so similar to her. But she voiced Moana. Did you know that? I didn't know that till earlier today.
Yeah.
I really liked Gretchen. I thought it was fun that like Tina Fey was in it. I'm not gonna remember
Tim
any
Meadows.
of these people's. Yeah, Tim Meadows was in it. John Hamm was in it. Like all these like original people were in it. I thought that was really cool.
Was John Hamm in the first one?
Oh, was he not? Maybe he wasn't.
I don't think.
I thought he was the coach in the first one.
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I don't. No, I'm
Well, I
second
like
guessing.
John Hamm, so
Yeah, no, I thought it was great.
I really liked the girl who
was.
played Gretchen. Like Lindsay Lohan was in it. It was
Yeah, I liked that Lindsay came back for a little.
It was fun. The one thing I will say that I have two things that I didn't love. Oh, and I loved Christopher Briney in it. Like, I just think he's so cute and perfect and charming. And my friend was saying this, and I agree with her. When I see him in like an interview, I'm like, yeah, you're like a normal dude, like whatever. There's something about when he is like playing a guy in love or like smitten by somebody else that he just gets 10 times cuter. So
Yeah, John Hamm wasn't in it.
okay, never mind. Sorry about John Hamm. So I really like Christopher Briney in it. The two things that I didn't like were I did not like the girl that played Karen. I didn't like the way she played Karen whatsoever. Like I really like how Amanda Seyfried played Karen in the original, and I just thought this girl was like too much. Like she like I think that like in the original Mean Girls, like Karen is dumb but not like completely like brain dead. Like she like and this girl was just I think over the top ditzy, and I was just like, this isn't I don't know.
I think like that's just how the character has developed on Broadway, because like I've watched a lot of like different people in the play like on Broadway, like playing all the different roles, and I will say like on Broadway pretty much anybody that plays Karen is like very over the top ditzy, and like I think that's just who the character has
become.
Yeah,
that makes sense. I just was like in my head I was like, this isn't
I
don't know. I also really liked the girl that played Katie. I didn't think that I was gonna like her. Like when I saw the commercials and trailers and stuff on TikTok, I was like, I don't really think I'm sold. But when I watched the movie, I was like, oh, I actually do really like her. The other thing I didn't really like, well, first off, they just did not have I don't understand how they didn't have a better budget for the movie. Like all the product placement was like crazy to me. I was like, why did you guys need Elf and Cheetos and all of these things? Like I was like, okay, that's weird to me. Also, I loved Renee's outfits. All of Renee's outfits I liked. Like I liked how she was. Well, okay, I'm not gonna say that I would wear them, but I liked what they were doing. Like they like she was wearing like a corset top and like big balloon pants. Like that is like what girls are wearing now.
Yeah.
And like, but even in some of them, it was like callbacks to like Rachel McAdams, Regina George's outfits, like when she had like the bra straps and the black sweater. So I liked that. I thought she looked very like, I don't know, timeline appropriate. But then like Gretchen and Karen were in like the mini skirts, and like you could see their bras through there. And I was like, girls aren't wearing that today. I mean, maybe I'm just like dumb, but I'm like, I feel like high school girls aren't wearing mini skirts and you can see their bra out. Like, I feel like that's not the style anymore. I feel like that was the style when the original Mean Girls came out. So to me, it felt like they updated Regina, but then they left Karen and Gretchen in the original early 2000s.
I think I see what you're saying. I think one, I didn't love a lot of Regina's outfits just because I think I don't know, like it wasn't giving like it girl. It was giving like she shopped on Shein so she could be like the it girl.
I have heard a lot of people say that, and I think that that's because of their budget. Like Eli Rallo was saying too, she was saying that she was disappointed by Regina's outfits, and she was like, I was expecting to see her like dripped out in Chanel. And she was in what she was in. Yeah. But to me, I'm like, I don't know. I guess I just was like, I think that because, and maybe this is what they were trying to do because it didn't have the budget. I think that I appreciated Regina's outfits more because Gretchen and Karen's were like, I felt like
See, I think Gretchen's outfits were pretty good. I do agree, like, that's not like the style, but it's like, these girls are just, I don't know, like they're just attention seeking and like
Yeah.
that is, like, their main goal. And so, like, them feeling, like, cutesy is wearing the short skirts and the tight tops and the, like, in my head, I picture Gretchen wearing, like, ballet core. Like, I feel like that's, like, the avenue that they went with her.
Yeah.
Which, like, makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of, like, outfits that Karen was wearing.
I felt like they were in the same thing, which maybe isn't true. I just wasn't paying attention as much.
I just don't remember.
Yeah.
Other than her Halloween song.
But those were all my thoughts. I like musicals, so, like, I have no complaints about it musically. Like, I like musicals, but I'm not a critic, so, like, I don't know. But those are all my thoughts. What about you?
Yeah, I really liked it because I love a musical and love Broadway, and, like, I will listen to the what's it called?
Soundtrack.
Yeah. Like, before this movie was even announced. And so, like, I have been familiar with the musical of it. So I don't think it was, like, a huge shock to me what it was like. And, like, I remember watching, like, Renee Rapp's Broadway videos, like, before she really blew up.
Oh, yeah. I saw some videos of her and Sabrina Carpenter playing Regina and Katie on Broadway, so I thought that was cute.
Yeah. So Renee Rapp played Regina in 2019 on Broadway, and then Sabrina Carpenter also was playing Katie at the same time, and so they had, like, an overlap there, which now is, like,
crazy.
They're both huge, which is really cool. And
I love when, like, I mean, that was a couple years ago, so, like, Renee and Sabrina weren't as big. But, like, I love when, like, these celebrities just, like, go back to Broadway because that's, like, what their passion is. Like, Daniel Radcliffe is, like, on Broadway right now. And when I went to New York last November, it's, like, November of 2022, oh, my gosh, what Hugh Jackman was in Music Man on Broadway. Like, they're, like, incredibly famous guys, but, like, Broadway's, like, their passion, so they went back to it.
Yeah. I would agree also about this Katie. I, like, in the trailer and everything, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like her. And then I think what made me like her more was how believable she was when she was being a plastic. Like, because I was like, I can't really tell the difference between her and the other girls. Like, they are very similar, dressing the same.
And, like, how drastic the change was. Like, she was so believably awkward.
Yes.
And then she was also so believably plastic. Yeah.
And then, like, when she tells Aaron about, like, Regina and Shane Omen, like, her in that, I was like, I almost forgot the, like, what she originally is. Like, it was just, like, she was so, like, mean girl.
Yeah.
So I really liked that. Because I feel like even, like, Lindsay Lohan, like, it wasn't, like, oh my gosh, like, she's a mean girl. It was, like, she's just acting like a mean girl.
To me, with Lindsay Lohan, I just, like, because of everything Lindsay Lohan is in, I just never really saw her as that awkward.
Yeah.
Like, I never really saw her as the homeschool jungle freak. Like, I never really, like, whereas this Katie, I was like, oh, yeah. Like, and maybe that was with her outfits, too. I mean, her outfits were absolutely horrendous. But, like.
And, like, we saw that whole, like, song in the very beginning. Like, it starts out with her in Africa.
Yeah.
Which I feel like you never really saw that with Lindsay Lohan or anything. Yeah, and then I really liked Karen's song. I thought they did really good.
Oh, I liked her song too.
Because I think, like, on Broadway, I think it looks a little awkward. Just, like, the staging of it. And so, like, in the movie, I thought it was really cool that it was, like, going through the Halloween party and, like, I don't know. And then
I want to watch some of the songs on Broadway because I haven't watched any of them.
And then
I watched The Six a lot.
Oh, I love Six. When Regina is telling Aaron about, like, Katie's crush, but ends up making out. I thought that was really cool how they filmed it. How, like, everyone's, like, frozen at the party because she's just like, she's like this angel. Yeah, I thought that was really cool. too. Which I'm like, you can't do that in Broadway. Like, the lighting and the, like, everything.
Yeah.
It's just different. Trying to think what else about it.
Yeah. I really liked it. I would watch it again.
Yeah.
I wanted to come.
I'm sure it'll be on, like, HBO Max or something.
Yeah.
Soon-ish. I give it another month.
Probably by summer.
Oh. I said a month.
Well, yeah, I mean, both are by summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that hopefully it'll be. I feel like in a month, maybe you can, like, rent it.
Yeah.
Maybe in 2 months it'll be on Max or something.
Yeah.
I feel as though, well, I don't know. All over TikTok, I've just seen people criticizing it. Mm-hmm. So in my head, it's flopping a little. But also, everyone's still seeing it.
Yeah.
So, but then I saw one TikTok and it was like, okay, guys, like, I liked the new Mean Girls. I can't remember. I don't know if I'm able to find it, but she was like, all right, guys, like, I actually did, like, she was like, I'm ready to finally say that, like, I did like the new Mean Girls movie. Like,
yeah.
And I was like, that's how I feel. Like,
yeah.
And I was telling my friend Marissa went to go see it. My friend Marissa, like, her oldest sister is, like, an actress / still trying to become one. Mm-hmm. Her brother-in-law, like, does I think he does, like, camera work for, like, The Bachelor, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Her and the rest of all of her sister, like, all of them have been, like, in theater growing up their whole lives. Mm-hmm. And so they're, like, she's very critical of that kind of stuff. And so, and she still liked the movie, too. Mm-hmm. But I was telling her, I was like, you aren't, like, the general audience for this. Like, so, like, I feel like most of the people that I've been seeing on TikTok, like, tear it down are these people who are like huge theater
like
nerds. Yeah. And it's like these people who are like, oh yeah, like they're huge theater people. So like obviously they're going to critique it. And I'm like, well, this isn't a Broadway show. Like this is the Broadway show brought to screen. So like obviously there are going to be things different. And like me, who like, I like Broadway. Like I love Wicked. Like I love Into the Woods. Like I love a lot of Broadway plays, but like, and Broadway musicals, but like I don't know all about it. Like I wasn't really in theater. Like I'm the average audience, and so I think that like all the reviews I'm seeing are more people who are like super intense about it. And then the girl I saw that was like, I'm ready to admit that I liked it. I think she's probably just a normal girl, like the rest of us. I'm not gonna be able to find it, but yeah. So I liked it, and yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yeah. Okay, out of 10, what do you give it?
I'm trying to think of a movie I would give a 10 to like compare, and a movie I would give a 1. Honestly, the movie that comes to mind when I think of movies I would give a 1 is that one movie that we watched that I hated. The movie where they don't end up together and one of them like
La La Land?
No, we didn't watch La La Land together. I tried to watch La La Land once years ago and I fell asleep, so I need to try it again. That movie, it's like older. It's like I'm not gonna call it a rom-com.
No, we've literally had this conversation so many times.
I know.
And I always think you're thinking of La La Land.
I don't know. It's like old timey. It's not a Walk to Remember, but it's like that. You really like this movie.
I know.
I don't know what the movie's about, but essentially they like dated in high school or something, and then it's like flashing
The
back
Best
and
of
forth.
Me.
Yes, I do not like that movie. I do not like it.
I knew it would come to me.
And then a 10 is probably like The Greatest Showman. I love that movie. It's like one of my favorite movies ever. Anyway, probably like a 7.5.
Okay, I was gonna say 6. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's definitely over a 5, but I don't know if it's at an 8.
Yeah, I'm like, I would probably be okay without seeing it ever again.
I don't feel that way. I definitely want to watch it again. I also want to watch about the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes again. My dad literally bought it on Prime. So I'm like, I want to watch it again. Anyway, that's what we thought of Mean Girls. I would love to hear everyone else's thoughts who aren't theater buffs. Like, I want to hear the average girls or guys' opinion.
Yeah.
Okay. Topics today are the Wizards reboot, Jacob and Elordi and Olivia Jade.
Jacob and Elordi.
Bye.
Sorry.
Jacob Elordi and Olivia Jade did not break up. contrary to popular belief. The Coachella lineup and Taylor Swift's friend's Insta profile pic theory, which we will get into. Yep. Madison has debunked. But first, let's talk about book club. We read chapters 16 through 30.
Or 3 through 30.
Or 3 through 30 if
or
you're
28.
Madison. Yeah, 28, yeah. But I'm honestly really proud of you for getting that far. So I have full faith that... And you had to do a lot. So, like, by next time, you'll only have to do, like, 15.
Yeah.
This time you had to do, like, 27.
Yeah.
So, anyway. Okay.
Well, I'll just say I did download Audible and
had
to sign up for it and everything.
And we have decided that from here on out we are only going to read books that are free to read on Spotify.
Yes,
or free to listen to.
The prices on Audible, man.
I know. And Madison has
don't understand it.
Discovered that she's an audiobook girly.
Yeah, which is quite the plot twist.
Okay. I'm going to run through what happened and you interrupt me if you have thoughts. Okay. Okay, Blade explains himself to Evie, and it makes sense what he was saying, but Evie still was like, you need to tell the boss. And Blade's like, okay, and she kept the letter
yes.
As collateral.
Right.
We meet the villain's sister and find out that Tatiana dated her, or / was engaged to her, and she, like, provided the ink for, what was it, the bomb or something?
Well, it was for, like, the
promise that Evie has on her pinky or something.
Yeah, the ring.
Oh, I thought my contact just fell out. Anyway. Okay, after that, Evie and her boss get into a fight over the employment letter that he finds. And
it was a tattoo on the person had to do with the bomb or something.
Oh. Yes.
That was the ink that's why they went to see her.
Yeah, and Claire, like, infuses ink with magic. That's, like, what she does. And then Evie and her boss got into a fight over the employment letter because he found it and didn't give her a chance to explain, and then said that he didn't trust her, and that really hurt her. So she just, like, quit. She just walked out. And then Blade fessed up. Oh, well, the office went to crap without her. And the villain was like, oh, my God, I need her back here emotionally and to pull the office back together. And then Blade fessed up, and then the villain was like, ugh. And we found out that Evie's mom murdered her brother and then ran away on the spot. That was like, I was like, okay, like I kind of keep forgetting the whole magical part of it. Even like later in the chapters, which, yeah, you would have gotten to this part when Evie was like, I could have magic come in, like, I don't know. Because her mom's, it happened like after she had all of her kids. And so basically what happened was the mom, like, got this magic, and she, like, I don't even know. She, like, sent this, like, fireball into the sky, and it, it fell on her brother and killed her brother. And as Evie is, like, watching this happen and, like, crying, all of a sudden she realizes that her mom is gone and just, like, left her little sister, like, on the ground. And so her mom was gone in an instant. And I was like, oh, okay, that was, like, a lot. Thank you. And then she came back to the villain because she, like, missed her job. And she was like, I don't like just leaving people, like, high and dry. Like, I was just hurt and I shouldn't have made that decision. And he literally apologized to her, which was crazy. And just everything that he's saying is so funny to me. And then, what? Oh, they discovered the message on the inside of the dragon collar. And so they went to go see the blacksmith who Evie used to work for and quit because he, like, made an advance on her and then friggin' slashed her with this dagger. And then they, like, had this whole exchange about it. The villain found out what happened, and they, like, basically got rid of the blacksmith. Like, he sent his guards there, and he was like, the blacksmith's gonna move away. And I was like, okay, for sure. And then after that, he caught this thing called the Gyri that apparently the king wanted, and then she hung this portrait of what the villagers think he looks like in the office. That's the only things that happen in chapters. Like, Madison told me she only read to chapter 28, and I was like, well, that's honestly fine, because what happened in 29 and 30 were the most random, like, had nothing to do with what was happening before that. And here's my thoughts. I really like this book. Like, if we weren't reading it for book club, I probably would have finished it by now. Which is surprising, because I normally really don't like fantasy like this, because I have a really hard time understanding where they are. But I think a castle and a village is, like, attainable for me to think about.
Yeah.
My thoughts are, the villain is down bad for Evie.
Yeah.
So down bad. And just the way that he phrases it is so funny. Like, this girl, Hannah, I think her name's Hannah, the author, she's a good author, because the way that she writes the villain is just so unique and funny. My second thought is, also, I don't know if I told you that I came to this realization, but the book is a part of a 3-part series. And the second one is supposed to come out in August, and then the third one's supposed to come out next September. So I was like, all right. But my second thought is, the mother's definitely going to come back.
Yeah.
She's got to come back. I don't know if it's this book or the next book or the last book, but mark my words, we haven't heard the last of her. And my last thought is, I love the villain's POV. It makes me giggly.
Yeah, I would agree. I was listening to the chapters 2 nights ago what was happening? It was his POV. I don't even remember where they would have been. Nope. But he's, like, talking, like, about her. And I was like...
Yeah, like, he just likes her so much, and the way he's talking about her is so funny. Like, even something he said, like, in one of, like, the later chapters, it was like... I'm going to actually try and find it, because it was actually funny. But I had another thought besides that. But he basically was saying, like, I'm not going to be able to figure it out.
Oh, I don't know if I think it might have been the earlier chapters that I was supposed to read last week. I thought the part when he goes to visit her family after she got hurt, or after the bomb exploded, I thought that was really cute. And, like, how he met her sister.
Oh, yeah. And she was like, did you make up that name?
Yeah.
And he was like, no. Oh, here it is. It's at the end of chapter 23 when she, like, comes back to work. And he was like, why do you want my trust in the first place? And she was like, I just want to know you, that's all. And he was like, it said Tristan felt unfettered fear as he sat there, because for the first time in a decade, the idea of that didn't sound so very bad. And I just thought that was so cute. I'm like, oh, you're so in love with her. I just am wondering, like, are they even going to kiss this book? Since there's 3 books. It's a very slow build. Slow burn.
Yeah.
Isn't that the...
Yeah, we're, like, halfway through the book and just figured out that he kind of maybe likes her.
Yeah, like we're halfway through the book and we just figured out that he wants to know her. Or no, not even that. That her knowing him isn't that bad. What a trope. A trope. That's the word I was thinking of. Yeah, the trope is extreme slow burn, which I don't really mind if there's reward at the end, but I don't know.
Not the reward.
Like, I don't know that they're gonna kiss at the end of this book.
Yeah. Okay. My thoughts. I really don't think fantasy is for me.
I don't.
And, like, I get that it's, like, not that
more
crazy of a world. Yeah. But, man, every time they're talking about magic, some spells, some murdering, and invisible castle, and I'm like, I can't do it. I can't get behind it. Yeah. Also, personally, it feels like a middle schooler wrote the book.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Like, what about it?
It's just like, I don't know. Like, I don't hate it, but I'm also like, this is not good.
I want to say that Madison is the one that picked this book out. She did say...
Only because two of our friends were talking about it.
Yeah.
And they said that it was cute and funny and light, and I was like, oh, okay,
when Kendall told me it was funny, I was like, oh, okay, I kind of want to read it because I don't really know that I've ever read a funny book, and it is funny.
Yeah.
Like, but like not like like Pete Davidson funny. It's like funny cutesy.
Because a middle schooler wrote it. Yeah.
But
that's what I mean. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like opposite end of the spectrum, like Colleen Hoover, is like her like situational like funny moments or whatever, where you're like that was a funny interaction, are like completely different from these funny interactions between them.
See, Colleen Hoover to me feels like a 17-year-old wrote the books.
Yeah.
Except for it ends with actually, I don't know, a 17-year-old who's been through a lot of trauma. A lot. They've seen a lot in their days.
Yeah. I think maybe that's just what I mean is there's no like weight to it.
Oh no, there's no weight to it at all. But there's never, well, that's not true. I was going to say
maybe that's just like
I do think that usually fantasy is pretty heavy. Like Red Rising, I don't even know if I would call Red Rising fantasy. I think I would maybe call it sci-fi. But I feel like Fourth Wing and A Court of Thorn and Roses, I have not read them, but I think those are technically fantasy. And I think that they are like more intense and heavy, whereas like this one, I do think it's like lighter fantasy. So I do think it's light. But I don't. To me, it doesn't feel like a middle schooler wrote it, personally. Also, the first 15 chapters made me feel like it was going to be more of a mystery. Not a mystery, but they're like, because like they know someone is like, there's like a traitor amongst them. However, it's like not really a mystery because like there's no way that we could like guess it because we don't know anyone that works for him besides Evie, Blade, Becky, Tatiana, and then the interns, like that's, and then the cook. Maybe it's the cook. I don't know. Like, I was gonna be like, I was gonna try and guess who it was, like on the podcast, but I'm like, I don't even have a name to throw out unless it's one of those people. Whereas like normally in a mystery you meet so many characters that it could be, and it starts to like make everyone seem suspicious, but it hasn't made a single person seem suspicious except Blade for half a second, and then it was immediately explained. So that's where I'm also like, I love mysteries, and so I'm kind of just like, this is not a mystery. There is something going on that they don't know about, but that does not make this book a mystery. But
agreed.
I do think, while I obviously like this book, I do think that in the interest of the podcast, it's probably better for us to read mysteries because we have so much more to like debate and like process through. Whereas like this, like I feel like when we were reading Never Lie, I like my notes app or like my notes of like my thoughts were so long, and then this one it's like I've had like 3 thoughts.
No, like literally reading Never Lie, like when I was listening to it in the store, like I literally stopped dead in my tracks. Like
I would never stop dead in my tracks over this book, although I do really like it. So I mean, maybe it'll be Becky and I'll be shocked.
I don't even know who Becky is.
Oh, you do. Becky is the annoying office manager that Evie hates. She's sometimes referred to as Rebecca, sometimes she's referred to as Miss Uring. Her name is Rebecca Uring.
Okay.
But she goes by Becky. She was the girl that like, that the villain was like, do you think that Miss Sage should come back? And she was like, I don't want her to, but I think she deserves to. That's Becky.
Okay.
They don't like each other.
I know who to call Becky.
Evie calls her Becky. And then I think the villain calls her, because the villain calls everyone's like Miss Sage, Miss Uring, I think her name is.
Well, it's just Sage.
Just Sage, sorry. So, well, because he's in love with her.
Yeah. He wants to jump her bones.
It didn't say that, but it's implied.
I don't know.
All right, well, that's book club. Next time we'll have read 31 through 45.
Are there 60 chapters?
I thought so. Yes, there's 60 chapters.
Okay.
So
yeah, 45.
Yeah, 31 through 45 or 29 through 45 for Madison.
Yep.
Okay, that's that.
All right. This week, Selena Gomez and David Henry have announced a Wizards of Waverly Place reboot. Mm-hmm. First, I thought it was completely fake. Like, you know how people are always like, oh, they're rebooting this, they're rebooting that. But it's just like...
not real.
For no reason. And so I thought that's what it was when I first saw it pop up on Twitter. And then I saw, like, Selena's post. And I was like, oh.
I saw it first from Selena's Instagram, which is why I knew it was true immediately.
Yeah.
But I thought that it was something different than it is. Because, like, it's really not a reboot as much as it's like a sequel. Like, I mean, I don't even know what reboot.
I mean, I think it's reboot. It's the same, like, characters.
Yeah, yeah. But like, Selena Gomez is only appearing in the pilot. Like, she's not going to be in the series. So, and it's...
I didn't look that in depth at it.
Yeah, well, I didn't either until today when I was, like, looking at these articles about it. And so Gomez is set... So Selena Gomez and David Henry are both executive producers.
That makes sense.
And then Selena Gomez is set to appear in the pilot as a guest star, and Henry will appear as Justin on a regular basis. The cast will also include new arrivals to Waverly Place. All these people I've never heard of before. And then it says, the magical-filled sequel follows the story of Justin, who leaves his job at WizTech and his magical powers behind to live a normal life with his family, until a powerful young wizard shows up at his door looking for training, according to the press release. Justin must embrace his past to ensure the future of the wizard world. So yeah, like, so it's like him and his wife and his 2 sons, and then this magical wizard shows up and, like, needs training. So that's what the show's about. And apparently, like Alex, Selena, is going to be in the pilot, but then the show is, like, about Justin, which I guess makes sense. So I wonder if, like, because the dad, I don't know what his name is, and Jennifer Stone have, like, the Wizards podcast. So I wonder if they're going to be involved at all.
I don't know. I saw people, like, making jokes about that.
Like, I'm just like, if they're not, that's kind of rude, because, like, they're clearly on board for that, and they've, like, said that in their podcast. Yeah. So I'm excited. I just feel like
I don't know.
I'm gonna, like, watch the pilot.
Have a, like, cameo.
Yeah,
at least
I'm gonna watch the pilot, but I feel like it's gonna be like Girl Meets World.
Yeah, it's probably
like, I feel like
it's definitely gonna be geared for kids.
Yeah, and so I'm just like, I'm, like, so annoyed with them rebooting, like, shows that we liked as kids for kids now. I'm like, can you just make something for us, please?
Yeah, like the Lizzie McGuire one was supposed to be for kids.
Well, now it's canceled.
Well, yeah.
So but yeah, it was supposed to be for us. Disney wanted it to be for kids, so then they couldn't agree, and then they canceled it. And I'm just like, I'm gonna watch it, but I'm gonna watch one episode. Like the iCarly reboot, that to me is a reboot because it was mostly the same characters and it was for adults. Like,
spin-off.
Yeah, this is more of a spin-off.
Because it's focused on one of the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Cory in the House.
Cory. That's a good show.
Like,
actually, I haven't watched that in ages.
I haven't either.
As a child, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. But I don't know. So I think it's coming out in this year.
Okay.
So that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Must have been in the works for a while and they kept it under wraps. But
I wasn't allowed to watch Wizards as a kid, so, like, I have zero idea what the actual show is about. I guess now's a good time to tell you that.
I'm so glad we have my reaction to that on camera. To me, I totally understand why you weren't allowed to watch it. Like,
I mean, same with Harry Potter.
Yeah, so. Like, I only was allowed to watch Harry Potter because, like, my dad and my mom liked Harry Potter. Like, if they hadn't liked it, they probably would have followed along with all the other people that were, like, because all of my friends were not allowed to watch it, but, like, or read it. But, like, my parents read it to me, like, as a child.
All my friends were allowed.
But by the time Wizards came out, I feel like, because I wasn't allowed to watch a ton of stuff. Like, I wasn't allowed to watch SpongeBob.
Me either.
I didn't know that, actually, that you weren't allowed to watch SpongeBob.
You did know that.
No, because I feel like last year I would say all the time that I wasn't allowed to watch SpongeBob, and nobody said me too.
What?
Maybe I should say it around you.
Yeah, apparently. No, I knew that.
I did not know you weren't allowed to watch Wizards or Harry Potter.
I knew somebody else didn't watch SpongeBob, because I don't think somebody else didn't either.
Maybe. Shanna for sure did.
Yeah, I know, because she would always make the jokes, and then I would just stare blankly at her, and she'd be like, I forgot.
Well, at this point, I know the SpongeBob jokes, kind of.
Yeah.
Like, the super niche ones I don't know, but, like, the...
Right.
I can't even.
Like, I don't know the plot of everything, but I know, like...
But, like, I don't... Like...
Chocolate.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah. And, like... There's, like, some random ones I know, but, like, the super niche ones...
Or, like, Doodle Bob.
Yeah. But... I didn't know you weren't allowed to watch Wizards. The only SpongeBob episode I've really ever seen is the one where they you have definitely never seen. I feel like this is such an obscure episode. I don't understand why this is the one that I watched at some point. Now I I would never watch SpongeBob because at this point it annoys me.
Yeah.
But I watched some episode where they're on a remote island with these cavemen fish. Anyway.
Okay.
But I did not know you weren't allowed to watch Wizards. It's about these 3 kids and they're wizards, and their dad is coaching them through it. Their mom's a normal person. They own a sub shop.
I did know that. I knew they had a restaurant.
Only one of them can be the family wizards. Only one of them gets to take their powers.
She dates a werewolf.
She dates a werewolf. Justin dates a vampire.
Oh, slay.
They have a best friend. Yeah, they have a best friend named Harper, who's Jennifer Stone.
What's that? A hat?
Yes, yes.
I know that one.
Here's what I'm gonna say is,
because I was in commercials all the time.
When it said that Justin leaves his magical powers, okay, so only one of them could be the family wizard.
The movie,
Yeah, I thought that Alex was the family wizard, but. Oh, okay. So the dad was a wizard, was the family wizard, but he gave up his powers to marry his wife because if you're a wizard, you can't marry a normie. Oh, okay. This is what happened at the end. Maybe I'll rewatch the last season before it comes out so I can, whatever. This is true. Alex did win the Family Wizard competition and is awarded full magical powers, while Justin is allowed to retain his abilities. So when they're the kids, they don't have their full powers yet. Okay? Only one of them gets to have full wizarding powers. But Justin was allowed to retain what he did have, his current magical abilities, because he assumed the role of headmaster at WizTech, a boarding school for young wizards in training. Max loses his powers and is set to become the new manager of his family's sandwich shop instead.
That's so sad.
Yeah, but okay, you didn't watch it, so you
don't
get
it.
Though. No,
or a little twerp.
Yeah, he's he's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad saying that because he's a made up character, but
he's
kind of like Ron.
Okay, that's not what I was thinking. I was gonna say
Ron's not dumb,
but what's his freaking name in the show?
Zach.
No, Hannah Montana's brother.
Oh yeah. It's kind of like that.
Jackson.
Except he's the younger brother, not the older brother. But yeah, so it kind of honestly him owning the family sub shop's probably pretty good for him. It's a pretty good life for him.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. But Justin's leaving that to spend time with his family.
I feel like this is gonna kind of give Fuller House.
Yes, except Fuller House had the full cast back, except for Ashley and Mary-Kate and Ashley.
I thought it was just focused on one family.
Honestly, Fuller House was a true reboot. It brought back 99% of the characters. It had DJ Steve, Kimmy, Stephanie. I'm gonna forget all of their names, but the dad, Joey, Uncle Jesse, Becky, it had all of them in it.
That's crazy.
That to me is a true reboot. But anyway, so that's what's happening with Wizards of Waverly Place. I'm glad I could explain the plot to you.
Thank you.
Okay, next. Jacob Elordi and Olivia Jade did not break up.
Okay, I haven't seen...
That they broke up or that they didn't break up?
the proof that they're not?
Well, she went to the SNL. She went to SNL.
Okay, but like I heard people say that, but I didn't see like the videos or proof.
Well, here's a picture of her in SNL. At SNL. So there's like rumors that they broke up because they unfollowed each other on Instagram, but he doesn't follow anyone on Instagram. So yeah, of course they don't follow each other on Instagram because he doesn't follow anyone. So he never followed her. So like somebody said that, and then the internet ran with it.
Yeah.
But then after that, she was seen like leaving his dressing room multiple times at SNL. So that's Olivia Jade. I cannot say her last name. Don't ask me that.
It's Italian.
Wow, this goes hand in hand with Fuller House.
It does. Wow, segue.
Yeah, she was on hand to support Jacob Elordi as he made his Saturday Night Live hosting debut over the weekend. She was spotted leaving the after party with him.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of details on it, but yeah, they were seen leaving together.
How long have they been together? Do you know?
I don't know because they did break up once. I can look up their timeline, but it says multiple sources confirmed to Page 6 that the pair had not broken up for the second time. We're still going strong. They're just extremely private. They were also seen. They've never publicly addressed their romance.
Yeah.
But they were seen in December of 2021 following his split from Kaya Gerber. So they've been together since 2021.
Interesting.
So over 2 years now.
That's crazy.
You know what's funny is that I was listening to Chicks in the Office today and they saw them together in December of 2021. And that's how, I don't know that that's how everyone found out that they were dating. Because I think there were probably paparazzi there too. Because it was a public restaurant. But like Fran and Rhea and Noah saw them together and they were like, oh my God, they're dating. Like, anyway. So I just think it's a funny pairing because I wouldn't consider her a celebrity. I mean, she's a Nepo baby.
Yeah. Like she's a vlogger.
I consider her an influencer.
Yeah.
And I used to watch her on YouTube all the time. I actually really liked her. And to me, I'm like, in the college admission scandal, I'm like, I don't really fault her for that. I don't know if that's wrong or if that's bold of me to say, but I'm like, her parents did that. Maybe she asked. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, so I just think it's weird to me that she's dating such a famous guy because she's
See, I think that too, and then I remember that he was in Kissing Booth.
Yeah, but now
and
he's
I'm like,
not.
Oh, yeah.
Like now he's in Salford.
Yeah, but like that's his roots.
Everyone has roots.
Well, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, Selena Gomez, like, okay.
She was in Barney.
That's what I'm saying. And acts like a child still.
I mean,
like,
you're not wrong.
No hate. Like, I think she's great, but
yeah.
I also saw this, like, I don't know how long it was, but it was extremely long TikTok and like multiple minutes long. And it was all about how celebrities are stuck at the age that they get famous, blah, blah, blah. Oh. Which, like, I've always heard Taylor say that. And, like, how she always said that, like, she was afraid of growing up because then she would, like, age out of fame and whatever. Mm-hmm. And so she was like, I don't know how long I have left to do this when she was, like, 22, you know?
A long time, girly.
Yeah. But it was, like, this in-depth thing of, like, this celebrity got famous at 21, like Leonardo DiCaprio. Mm-hmm. And so the people that he was dating then, 21-year-olds, was appropriate, his age. Now he's 40 and still stuck at 21. Mm-hmm. And so he dates these 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
That, like, everybody else is like, why?
So you think because Selena Gomez got famous so young? Because I was also
thinking about that, and I was like because
Wizards,
she acts... Like,
Wizards
so
was her, like, big break.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she was on Barney, but, like, a lot of kids were on Barney.
Yeah.
So, like...
Like, people know her from Wizards.
Yeah, like, that was... Like, she went to an open casting call for Wizards. Mm-hmm. So, it's just, like... And she was probably, like, 14 or 15, maybe. Yeah. So, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well,
and, like, Taylor was, like, 18, roughly. And so, like, she still acts that same way of, like, very, like... have to have my like whole friend group and like that like the drama perspective of like a high school student.
Yeah.
You know?
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I just think it's weird that they're dating. Honestly, them dating to me gives like the same energy, vibes, whatever, as Brianna Chicken Fry and Zach Bryan dating. Because she is an influencer. She's not.
Yeah.
Because, I think that what I'm trying to get at is the line between celebrity and influencer is blurring. Like, there is a line of like, you are an online content
like A-list,
creator.
yeah.
Like, you have you have a social media following,
right.
you have brand deals, you have a podcast maybe. And then to like, you are, acting or like selling out concerts or whatever it is. But it's like the line is blurring, especially as celebrities and influencers like start dating. It's like that line gets like, to me, Olivia Jade's like a celebrity now.
And it's as the influencers are getting older and celebrities are getting younger.
Yes.
Not getting younger, but
because like even when I think about the girls and gals on the go, Danielle, Carolyn, and Brooke Michio, like they started doing their YouTube when they were in high school, and now Brooke's my age. She's about to turn 26, and I think Danielle is like 23 or 24.
Yeah, she's my age.
Yeah, so they're the same age difference as us. And so I'm like, well, yeah, so now they've been influencers for, like 10 years. Yeah. Like, and so they've been posting on YouTube for like 10 years. So it's like, as they get older and older, and like they live in New York City, like all this stuff. But to me, they still act like normal people because like they still freak out when they see a celebrity.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like Brianna Chicken Fry, Olivia Jade, they would never freak out when they see a celebrity because they're dating one. Maybe Brianna would, but Olivia Jade, I think that they've been dating for long enough now that she's probably met all of them.
Like
and she's a Nepo baby. Yeah.
She's known.
The Nepo baby.
Like, John Stamos is probably her godfather.
Yeah, the Nepo baby / influencer / dating a celebrity is really all just that. That collab is too much power for her to hold. But she I don't know, she looks like a celebrity to me. Like, when I look at pictures of her, I'm like, yeah, celebrity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do forget the part of that she's a Nepo baby. Like, she grew up on the set of Full House, probably. I don't know when she had the baby. It was done? Let me see.
When did Full House end?
How old is Olivia Jade?
Younger than me.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I just spelled so many things wrong in this Google search.
Because I remember watching David Dobrik move her to college. And I was already
friends with David Dobrik.
She was.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, she did not. Wait. Oh, okay. Olivia Jade, age. She's 24. Oh. So she's born in 99. But Full House, the last episode aired in 95.
Oh, dang.
So she was born 4 years later.
Yeah.
When were you born? 99? Okay, yeah. Well, she was born... She's only actually 3 months younger than you.
I don't like that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't want to be associated with her.
Well, me and Jacob Elordi are the same age, and so are me and Noah Khan. So... And every day, actually, once a week, realistically, I think about the fact that Noah and Con and I are the same age. Mm-hmm. Well, okay, he's 9 months older than me. But
I just found out somebody else is the same age as me, and I
think I was there with you, but I don't know who it was.
I have no idea.
But I don't know. But every time I think about the fact that Noah Con's only 9 months
older than me, we weren't together. It was, maybe we were for something else. But Stephen Bradley Perry.
I don't know.
The Disney actor from Good Luck Charlie, the little brother Gabe.
Oh, yeah. You guys are the same age?
Yeah, him and... Who's the other guy? He has a podcast with another, Disney guy.
They all have podcasts.
But they're, not about the shows that they were on.
Oh.
They sometimes talk about it, but, not really. I can't remember.
I don't know.
I'm completely, I can see the setup.
What was he on?
I can't think of it. I don't know.
Was it the
right now
show?
I'm seeing their, podcast setup, but he is blurry.
Okay, so you and Gabe are the same age.
Yeah, and the other guy, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
when I think about the fact that these people are the same age as me, I'm just like, and he just played a show in Melbourne.
Yeah.
And I'm on my couch. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so, well, that's Jacob Elordi and Olivia Jade. They're still together. They're still going strong.
Apparently, yeah.
Allegedly. And he was on SNL. I only watched not much of it. I watched their skit about Alaska Airlines. That was funny. And then I watched Rachel McAdams introducing Renee Rapp.
Yeah.
But I need to watch more of it.
Yeah.
So
it was good.
Okay. Next up is the Coachella lineup, which I want to get out ahead of it. I'm not
disappointed.
Yeah, I'm disappointed by, and
you won't find me there.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't go anyway, but yeah, you won't find me there. The headliners are Lana Del Rey, Tyler, the Creator, and Doja Cat, and then I guess No Doubt is also a headliner.
Yeah, I don't.
The way they made it seem, I feel like they've never done that before, where they like added another person at the end. Mm-hmm. And like there's other people there too, but like they're in such small font. Like Sabrina Carpenter is in such small font. Mm-hmm. Like why?
Renee Rapp is on there too.
In small font. I'm like, these are people that are big right now. Like put them in a Suki Waterhouse. I mean, I guess I get why she would be in smaller font, but like, I just feel like, I don't know, why is it in such small font? I'll never figure it out. Like, I don't know any of these people. Like, I know who Lil Yachty is. I know who John Batiste is. I know who Lil Uzi Vert is. Ice Spice.
BB Rexa.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even see her. She was probably in small font. Mm-hmm. So, I won't be there. I feel like Coachella in general is turning into just an influencer event. So,
that's what it's always been.
Yeah, but every year it gets more and more so like that. And every year so it gets more and more so like that.
Of all the brands and everything.
The headliners get worse and worse.
I will say that Harry Styles' Coachella set was literally perfect.
That was years ago, though, I thought.
I mean, not that. It was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I'm saying every year, progressively worse.
Heck yeah.
Oh, I guess Lana is, like, good. I just don't personally listen to her. But a lot of people do, so I'll give her that respect. What?
It's so expensive to go.
How much is it?
$600.
And that's just for the ticket, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you still got to pay for so many other things.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
General admission plus a shuttle, $700.
I would rather go to Stagecoach.
VIP, it's over $1,000.
I think that even if, after the past 2 years of Coachella and seeing the vibes, even if I was an influencer and like a brand offered to take me, I think I would still probably say no. I'd be like, if you want to take me to Stagecoach, I would rather do that.
Okay, it's cheaper to camp?
Yes.
Like, significantly cheaper. What?
Are you sure that's not just a camping spot, though?
Maybe, actually.
Yeah. I also just don't know that music festivals are, like, my thing. Like, I like concerts, but I don't love them. So it's like the music festival, I feel like I would get tired.
Like Moon River, you would enjoy.
Yeah.
Like a small scale, not in like this crazy
I don't like that
city.
In a lot of music festivals, though, like once you go in, you can't go back out. That's what I don't like. I do want to go to Austin City Limits. Maybe not this year, but like next year. I feel like it could be fun.
I want to go back to Austin.
It's like it's around my birthday.
Your birthday.
And like this year, we have a wedding in October, so I just know I'm not going to go to Austin City Limits. But I'm like, next year we can maybe go. Like my family lives in Austin, so like I feel like it's not.
28.
What?
You're 28.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay, for my 28th birthday, when I'm decrepit, we'll go to Austin City Limits. But like in theory, it could be pretty cheap for us to go because like we'll buy the ticket. Yeah. We could just buy a 1-day ticket if we only liked the people 1 day or like a 2-day, whatever. Make a weekend of it. Yeah, and like I feel like flights to Austin aren't too expensive. I feel like they're like $100 or something. And then if we stayed for free, my cousin went this year.
Stay for free? Fun. Oh, your family's there?
Yeah, my family lives there. Oh. My grandma and my cousins. So we can stay with either of them. Anyway, so yeah, catch us there maybe in 2025. Anyway, I don't even know where I was going with that, but yeah, that's the Coachella lineup. I'm not impressed, but just had to touch on it.
Okay. This theory.
The last topic.
I can't even talk about it. It's so ridiculous.
I'll talk about it. Okay, sorry.
Because you're wrong.
No, this is what I want to say, and I almost said this off camera. I was like, I'm gonna wait. I wasn't like convinced by this. Like this, you're acting like I came up with the theory. Like I did the digging.
We should do that.
Create a theory.
Yeah. Wait, it's like
that.
those people that staged like the Justin Bieber eating a burrito picture wrong.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
What?
Like I just have no idea.
Or the Harry Styles like carrying an award, but it was just like some rando. Okay. Whatever.
Well, no. What I want to say is I didn't even say OMG when I sent these to Madison. All I did was send 2 TikToks to Madison, and she said all of this stuff, and I was like, I'm not saying I believe it. I'm just saying that this is a new theory on the block.
Okay.
Anyway,
the theory is just people have been noticing friends of acquaintances of celebrities in general, really, have black and white profile pictures on Instagram.
But people who are in some way linked to Taylor Swift.
Not all of those people on those lists are.
Yeah, probably not all of them.
Like John Legend.
I did think Kelsey Ballerini was weird. Are they friends? I don't think I knew that.
Well, they were. I don't know if they still are.
Yeah.
So all these celebrities have black and white Instagram pictures, like profile pictures.
I'll read the list I sent Madison. Kelsey Ballerini, Austin Swift, Gigi Hadid, Kelly Teller, Blake Lively, Killa Trav, aka Travis Kelsey. I don't know why I just read his Instagram name like that. Chrissy Teigen, John Legend, Channing Tatum, Taylor Lautner, one of the Haim sisters, and that's it.
Yeah.
Well, there's probably more, but those are the 2 that I sent Madison.
Right. So this all started because I think it was Kelly Teller changed her profile picture a couple days ago to be black and white. Okay. Like, sure. May raise some awareness because they're really good friends. But then they're like, oh my gosh, Austin Swift's picture is black and white. That has been the same picture since 2013 when he made his Instagram.
Blake Lively's has also been that for a really long time.
Like, all these people, and they're like, oh my gosh, like, it's time, Reputation's coming out. And it's like, let's use some context clues.
Do I think it's weird, though, that all those people have black and white pictures? A little. I've never made a black and white picture of my profile picture ever. I'm not saying it means anything. What I'm saying is it must be a weird coincidence.
Yeah, it's just...
And I think that people are always like, it's never a coincidence with Taylor Swift.
And I'm like... Yes, it is.
I'm with you, girl.
I'm just so over all the theories.
I am too.
Like, it's just annoying.
It's exhausting, and it's. I think I'm taking it more personally because it's my favorite album. Like, if this was about like 1989, I like 1989. Like Speak Now, like I really didn't care when people were theorizing and like. Wrong. But I think because his reputation, I'm like, you're honestly just like making me upset because like even right now, allegedly she's performing at the Grammys. That's not anywhere, like it's rumored that she is. Like it's not, like you can look up some of the people that are performing at the Grammys. Yeah. Like Dua Lipa is, I think Billie Eilish, like a lot of these people are. It's rumored that she is. So right now I'm like, well, maybe it'll be announced then. But I'm like, I need to get that out of my head because I'm just going to be upset. And I'm going to be actually upset.
Yeah. I just feel like it makes Taylor Swift fans look stupid because they're constantly like, oh my gosh, like this is happening this date because this random celebrity changed their picture. Like, you think that she's calling up Chrissy Teigen.
Yeah, the Chrissy Teigen and John Legend thing is a little.
So I'm releasing my Reputation album re-recording in like 3 weeks. Can you go ahead and change your profile picture to black and white for me? In no world ever is that happening.
The only way this would be believable is if none of these people started out with a black and white picture, including her brother, including Blake Lively. And if her brother, both her parents, Travis, Blake, Gigi, Selena, Kelly, the Lautners, if all of a sudden one day, on the same day, they all changed it to black and white, I'd be like, okay, yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, I would be like, that's weird.
Maybe it means something. But this, I'm like, I do not think she's texting John and Chrissy and being like, look, guys, change it to black and white. No. But maybe, honestly, though, if she did create a group message of a bunch of celebrities and ask them to change to black and white, they'd probably say yes because they want to be part of it.
Yeah, true. Or they would notice that other people are changing theirs and change theirs.
Wait, you think that maybe people were just like, oh, Austin and Blake and Gigi and Travis have black and white pictures. Should we also change it? Probably. Oh, Kelly just changed it. I think
I would believe John Legend and Chrissy Teigen did. I would so believe that Chrissy Teigen was scrolling Instagram and was like, they changed their pictures. Babe, we have to be in on this. Like, come on.
Change it to black and white.
And she's probably like sending him a black and white picture of himself so that he could change it.
That is a funny theory.
Ooh, dang. That's hilarious.
Maybe that happened. Maybe it didn't. I would love for her to perform at the Grammys. I'm not getting my hopes up. I told myself I wasn't going to look at another theory.
I'm sure she was invited to.
Oh, I'm sure that she's begged to perform at everything.
Yeah. But, like, especially the Grammys, because
she's up for Album of the Year.
Is she?
Midnights is up for Album of the Year.
That feels so long ago, though. Are you sure?
I
guess maybe it just missed the cutoff for last year's Grammys.
I think it did miss the
cutoff.
I think the cutoff is September or October. And it came out at the end of October of 2022.
Like, that is so long ago.
Also, was this... No, it wouldn't have been pushed back. Mm-mm. I was thinking that because the Emmys were pushed back. I'm trying to think of
last year's Grammys.
Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles. Why is it called Crypto.com? That is so dumb.
They bought the Staples Center?
No, like, I get it, but, like, Crypto.com, like, just call it the Crypto Arena. Like, for that to be your corporation name is annoying to me. Okay, well, for some reason it's not loading. But I'm almost positive it's... Okay, I just left. I'm sorry. Yeah, because it's like Guts is on this list too.
Dang. That feels...
I don't know when the cutoff is.
It's gotta be like fall.
Okay, well, my phone doesn't want to cooperate with what we're doing. Mm-hmm. All right, well, while I wait for this to load, something we did just find out is that Cody Cohn and Kelsey had their baby last week.
Yeah, they just posted it tonight.
Otis.
What did you just say?
Okay, it could be named Otis. But it's probably Otis.
I can't. Otis? That is not a name.
Okay, yes. The nominations for Album of the Year are World Music Radio, The Record, Endless Summer Vacation, Did You Know There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard, The Age of Pleasure, Guts, Midnights, and SOS.
Did we talk about the Grammy nominations?
We did, because looking at that list, I'm like,
I
have been on this website
Endless
before.
Summer Vacation.
Remember, because you pulled up the old Grammy nominations. You pulled
right.
The 2023.
Yes. It's all coming back.
Anyway, so Otis. He's alive.
Yeah. Otis Co. If you will.
His last name is actually Co.
Oh. That's the first two letters of his last name.
What? Okay. All right.
It's like really long and there's like a J and
I don't know much about Cody Co. I know more about his wife, I would say.
I feel like I know an odd amount about Cody Co.
I feel like you wouldn't have been allowed to watch his stuff.
Oh, no.
I feel like you wouldn't have been allowed on YouTube.
Bruh. No. Okay. One, my dad listens, so I'm not about to expose myself, but I mean, I had an iPod in 6th grade.
Well, why didn't you watch Wizards of Waverly Place on your iPod?
Because I didn't give a crap in middle school.
I watched it in middle school.
Well, I don't know.
Maybe not. I mean, I probably did because it came out in 2007. So I was in 4th grade when it came out. So then it probably was on for more than 2 years.
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Whatever. We have to end this recording.
Gorgeous.